TweetDeck is a cross-platform Twitter client application that works on Windows, Mac OS, and Unix. Versions are also available for iPhone and iPad. TweetDeck utilizes the Adobe Air development platform. So what we're seeing here is TweetDeck, and it's quite a deck of tweets. The way it works is it has multiple columns, and these are the default columns. So the first column here where it says All Friends, that's basically your home page, your personal timeline, and it would correspond to your personal timeline on Twitter. Mentions are your @replies, so anything where you're either replied to or you're mentioned using your name would appear right here. Direct messages are direct messages to your account. And then the last column by default is TweetDeck Recommends, and that's where they're recommending different people on Twitter to follow. Now you can change the configuration of this by removing any of these columns. Maybe I don't want to see TweetDeck Recommends, for example. I can click that button to make that go away. I'll just be deleting it. I can always bring it back if I want to. There's a lot of control here and there's a lot of power, and it might be a little bit overwhelming at first, but it's pretty basic when you start working with it. For example, you could just scroll through the lists to read your tweets. If you point to a person's icon, little buttons pop up where you can work with the person's tweet. So for example, if I wanted to send this person a direct message, I could click this. I could also reply. I could retweet it. If I click other options, it displays a little menu with all different things I can do to this. So there's quite a few options there. If I want to just post a tweet, I could just type it right up here. And then when I press return, it'll send that tweet. You can also drag photos and links right into this area and it'll include it in your tweet. There's some buttons up here along the top row I want to point out. You can log out of your account, get support, access your settings in TweetDeck, go to a single column view, which looks like that, and go back to the multi-column view. You can also refresh the lists. If you think there might be more tweets there that aren't showing, you can refresh it and they'll get the new tweets. You can also view lists of recent hashtags. You can translate and update, so you can actually type something in. Type in a message and then you can translate it to another language. So maybe I want to translate that to, I don't know, something interesting. Something interesting that's legible, Danish. And there it is. So if I sent that, it would appear in Danish, just like you see there. I don't want to bother the people in Denmark, so I won't do that. You can also use the tweet shrink feature. If you have a tweet that's over 140 characters, clicking this button will automatically look at the text in your tweet and shrink it down so it's a little bit shorter. That works if you're only over by a few characters, but if you're over by 10 or 20 characters, it's not going to really help you very much. It's kind of cool, but it uses text messaging notation. If you don't mind that at all, then it might be helpful to you. And you can also use this button here to upload a photo. So one of the strengths of TweetDeck is that it's got all those multiple columns and it supports multiple social networking services. So for example, if I went up to TweetDeck's menu, picked Preferences, and then picked Accounts, I could add additional accounts from Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, and LinkedIn. So if I have accounts on multiple services, I can add those accounts to TweetDeck and then I can put each one in its own column and monitor them all at once. While most Twitter clients are simple and offer just the basic features you need to interact with Twitter, TweetDeck offers a wide range of features that go beyond the average user's needs. The large window puts Twitter up front and center on your desktop. While some users might consider TweetDeck overkill, others embrace its flexibility and fine-tune its columns displays to show Twitter activity just the way they want to see it. You might want to give it a try to see if it's right for you.